Right, we are back. I just got really excited thinking I'd found something new and it already exists. So I just saw a really good nail art video where they drop nail polishes into water and do a hydro dip with it. And I straight away thought, could I do that with alcohol inks? I tried it, it worked. And then I thought I'll search it up, and it has been done before, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Now this will be great if you've got pieces that you don't like. You can change them up a little bit, but we're going to be using the Let's Resin jewelry mold. I'm going to make some blanks, probably black pieces. I might try some white, and we're going to try the alcohol inks that I made, the opaques, in video 140, and we're also going to try some normal alcohol inks that don't contain the Sinker white. So for the black pieces, I've just mixed up some black mica with my UV resin. You could do this with 2-part if you want. And I'm just going to do 2 thin layers and just cure those. And for the white ones, I'm just going to repeat the process, but we're using the Let's Resin Ocean White pigment paste. Thinking about it now, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I should have just used the polyurethane resin for the white ones. Never mind. So I think we'll try the normal alcohol inks first. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. So I haven't seen it done with opaque alcohol ink, so you know what I'm like. I like to put my own twist on things. So we're going to try both. Really don't know how this is going to work out. And I think this is going to work best, obviously, with the white pieces that we've made. So let's try this moon shape first. So all we do is just enter that into the water. And that's it. Now we need to just fish it out. And hopefully, see, with opaques, they don't do this. They behave very differently. And I'll show you. It hasn't really worked. It's got some blue on it. I can't really see the magenta. I will let that dry and see what happens. But it's not really done anything. The alcohol's kind of just mixed in with the water. So what I'm going to try this time is adding a white alcohol ink to the surface first. See, that's formed a film. Now hopefully that will hold the colours that we put in now. Can't really see the colours. They're sitting below the white. Let's try it with this one. See, that's much better. Now we can just let that dry. Really prefer the opaques that we made in that video. So give them a good shake first. And again, we just drop those onto the surface of the water. And you can see with these ones, they form that similar film to what the white alcohol ink did. Because obviously this contains the white alcohol ink. Going with a blue as well. And then I think we'll finish it with a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to try this one on both colours, the white and the black. Clean my hands first. I've got ink. Ink over my gloves. Let's go with one of the diamond shapes. It doesn't really matter if it's on the back. It does clean off really easy once it's dry. Bit lumpy, but still cool. Really prefer with the black. I'm not going to change the water this time. Let's see what happens. Drop in my inks. And lastly, a yellow. Let's try it with one of the black ones. I'd suggest a bigger container of water just to make it easier. And you could do this with coasters, you could do this with most things. Much better, look at that. Again, we just let that dry. And I'm going to finish doing the others. So once they are dry, I'm just using a Q-tip with some alcohol on, but water would probably work. It comes off so easy. And I want to take it off the sides because I'm going to dome the fronts. So if we cover the sides as well, we're just making more work for ourselves and more mess. So it's easier just to clean off these side areas and then just dome the front. It's so much easier to do. Just use the dry end to clear it up. And actually, if you get to it in time before it dries, you don't need the alcohol. So ignore that. You can just wipe the edges off. Just be careful you don't touch the fronts. It really does come off easy. As I've said before, you learn as you go sometimes. And once they are dry, and I mean fully dry, we can then add our top coat of resin, spread that over the surface to the sides, and give that a cure under our lamp. Just using my silicone tipped brush or tool, whatever you call it, and just bringing that to the edge, all around the whole piece. Okay, those are ready, but I just did a thing, and I want to show you what I did. So first of all, this is the dark blue mica powder from the Let's Resin 36 ink set. 36 mica set, and I've just got a pendant mold here. So I'm just going to layer that and cure it until we've got a blue circular disc. So once you have said blue disc, we're just going to be dropping some of our green into our water. And now you can disturb it a little bit just to break them up. So I'm taking my blue disc, I'm just going to insert that and then fish it out. I found tweezers are definitely easier. Lay it onto my paper. Now we need to repeat the process. So I've just got some tissue, and this is going to lift off some of what we've just put on, but we do need to dry it because if we submerge that again, it's not going to stick. So I'm just going to keep repeating that until you will see what we get. And what you can also do is hold the piece and gently lift that surface ink off to create islands. And again, just dab that dry gently. And then in the same water, we're going to add our white sinker. So it's a sinker white alcohol ink. Again, disturb that a bit and just repeat the process that we did with the green. So you will see we have something that looks like, or the beginnings of a planet. Now whilst it's still slightly wet, we can take some tissue, just put that over the end of your dotting tool, and then just clear up some of the negative space and start to define the piece and define the land masses and make that seam more visible. You can see I also dipped the top and the bottom in to make a kind of north and south pole. And once you're happy and it's fully dry, we just dome that the same as we did the other pieces. So I didn't bother doming the moon because I wasn't overly happy with that, but I can always dunk that again. It doesn't need to be unused. So this was another one that was just alcohol inks, and I really like that one. That one works really well. Then we moved on to the white with the opaque alcohol inks. I love this one. This one is super cool. I don't dislike the whites, but I really do prefer the black ones. So these were a couple of leaves. Autumn vibes with that one. So that was a red and a green. And this one's very camo. That was a green and yellow. Got a bubble there. Should have been more, what's the word? I've gone brain dead. And moving on to the black ones. These are super cool. So I looked at these and I thought they look very much like landmass, but with black sea, which got me straight into thinking about this kind of planetary vibe that we can achieve. But these are absolutely incredible. Something different to do with your inks. Again, if you don't know how to if you don't know how to make those inks, go and check it out. It's super easy. Anyone can do it. And these are so much better. Right, as always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment if you haven't subscribed. I think you will after seeing these. So this was the practice run. I dabbed some yellow just on some of the areas just to give it a bit more colour. But look at that. We've created our own planets. Now I'm confident that I could probably replicate Earth. It just might take a little bit more time. You've got some snow caps, you've got some sky, you've got the sea. It's got a nice mica shimmer to it, almost like waves. These are incredible. You've got little lakes inside the land masses as well. Absolutely stunning. Highlight of the video, I think. Right guys, hope you enjoyed it. I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.